Welcome to the foundation. Current events. Today is January 22nd, 2024. I am Sot L. This is the news. More inflation, recession signals, and broken American dreams. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but let's jump into this dance. I'm going to go through it real quick. Welcome to thefoundation.com. Make sure you check us out. Sign up for the email list. You're doing your dance right here. If you put your email in there, you'll get a little screen that says that you have to confirm. That's old news. Don't even worry about that. That's old news. Let's jump in here, though. We got this from Zero Hedge. Recession signal. Private sector growth in jobs is being replaced by government sector growth in jobs. Over the past 2 years, the Biden administration has repeatedly insisted that job growth is amazing and that the administration has created millions of jobs. In reality, of course, much of the job growth that did exist was the predictable job growth that came with the end of the forced business closures and lockdowns. Job growth was also fueled by rising aggregate demand, fueled by runaway growth in government spending. After all, 2020 and 2021, easy money policies meant that the central bank and private banks created approximately $7 trillion. $7 trillion, man. Since early 2021, however, the job growth we're seeing has been increasingly fueled by growth in government sector jobs. In other words, that job growth we do see in government sector does not represent the result of private investment, saving, or demand. It's not organic economic growth. Rather, these government positions are positions that only exist as the result of wealth transferred from the private sector to the government sector. Yeah, through, how is government paid? Through taxes, right? Yeah. That's not a good dance. Let's move forward. Out of Reuters, China moves to support the yuan as stock markets tumble. And, this could be, American putting a spin on it. But, this is out of Beijing. China's major state-owned banks move to support the yuan on a day like today, tightening liquidity in the offshore foreign exchange market while actively selling U.S. dollars onshore as equity slid, four sources with knowledge of the matter said. They're selling U.S. dollars. They're selling treasuries. These things are going on. I'm not saying that there's not something going on in the Chinese market. And I'm not saying that, they don't need to support their currency market. What I am saying is they're probably taking this opportunity to divest themselves from treasuries. We'll talk about that, I guess in the future. As the world turns and as we lay the foundation, CNBC, the buy now, pay later holiday debt hangover has arrived as consumers wonder how they'll pay bills. It's all bad. Buy now, pay later helped fuel record holiday spending online, surging 14% year over year. But now that those bills are coming due, consumers aren't sure how they'll pay them. What we got here? 31-year-old freelance copywriter from Los Angeles used Klarna and PayPal to split a variety of purchases into 4 interest-free payments spread over a series of weeks. At the time, her upfront cost was about a quarter of the overall purchase price, but now that January has arrived and the other installments are starting, Anderson isn't sure how she's going to pay them off. She's never missed a payment before and treats debt seriously, but has found herself buried under a mountain of micropayments, wondering how she's going to cover her bills. Quote, check this out. She says this is a lie. I've definitely been selling clothes. Man, she's selling clothes. If I have to sell a pair of shoes to make a payment, I will. Anderson, who roughly racked up $1,700 in buy now, pay later debt, went on to say, quote, I'm definitely worried about the payments. It's definitely a concern. And I'm definitely going to have to find a way to come up with the money. Anderson is one of many Americans who turn to buy now, pay later to fund their holiday shopping last year to avoid credit card debt, but are now having trouble paying off those bills. In an era where persistent inflation and record high interest rates are shaping financial decisions for many shoppers, the service helped fuel a boom in overall online spending that topped about $222 billion from November 1st to the end of December. During the season, buy now, pay later usage hit an all-time high, rising a staggering 14% from the prior year and contributing $16.6 billion to online spending. People having problems paying payments. And you think that's bad. You can sell shoes. The latest food bank surveys find majority of food banks reporting increased demand. And this was back in May 2020 2020 trace, my bad. So you can only imagine what's popping in Properino. America's electric grid is weakening. This is according to Forbes. And that's all bad. Why? I wonder what's happening about that. Inflation isn't beaten yet, and risks of a new price shock are rising. This is CNN Business. Inflation in the U.S. and major economies has slowed sharply over the past year as energy prices retreated from record highs. Yet the battle to tame rising prices is not yet won, and the risk that inflation could spike again is growing as disruption to one of the world's main trade routes persists. You're going to see this. This isn't going anywhere. Y'all see me talk about this. I'm not going to, wax poetic. Let's move forward. CNN Business. Home sales last year dropped to the lowest level in 28 years, man. That's bad. The median home sales in 2023 was $389,800. Median. That's the man. This is up 1% from 2022, which is the highest on record. This is according to data from the National Association of Realtors. That is good news for the 85 million home-owning households that enjoyed further gains in housing wealth, said Lawrence Yun, I think it's Yun, chief economist at NAR. However, it proved to be a maddening market for new home buyers who were priced out by rising prices and, for much of the year, surging mortgage rates that made this the least affordable market in decades. And, high prices, they say high prices, low inventory, right? Home sales dropped to the lowest level since 1995. Quote, obviously, the recent rapid 3-year rise in home prices is unsustainable. It's calling for a bubble, right? Creating a path towards home ownership for today's renters is essential. It requires economic and income growth and, most importantly, a steady buildup of home construction. Where's the closed quotes? I don't see closed quotes. It's supposed to be closed quotes right here, just so y'all know, right? You know what I'm saying? Not to be a stickler. Here we go. Quote, mortgage rates are meaningfully lower compared to just 2 months ago, and more inventory is expected to appear on the market in the upcoming months. Annual sales has fallen for the past 2 years. What broke the American dream for millennials? CNN Business. Quote, I think a lot of millennials were forced into saying you need a 4-year degree in order to be successful. This is Rachel, who's 33. At 18, you're signing up for $100,000 in debt before you even really know how to make the best decisions for yourself. I think we need to change that narrative. Yeah. Start a business. I think people need to start businesses. From one crisis to the next. A CNN poll conducted last month, a stunning 71% of Americans said economic conditions in the country were poor, with 38% calling them very poor. And that's somehow better than in the summer of 22%, when 82% said the economy was poor. How is that? How is that better? 71% plus 38% is more than 100%. I don't understand C&E. The culprits behind the bad vibes are obvious: high prices, an impenetrable housing market, persistent inequality, rising debt. Decades high inflation is finally coming back down to earth, but in its wake is the scourge of high prices, a daily reminder of how much more we're shelling out, both for basic necessities and the indulgences we denied ourselves during the panorama, like concert tickets and vacation renters. But let's talk about the financial resentments that have calcified in the psyche of the nation's most populous generation over the last quarter century. For millennials hit with two world-altering economic downturns before their 40th birthdays, bad vibes are standard. So we're talking about there's a generational wealth gap. Millennials now ages 27 to 42 have lagged behind their baby boomer parents and Gen X counterparts in accumulating wealth. Most were raised in the economic idle of the 1990s, one of the longest recorded economic expansions in U.S. history. But by the time they graduated college, the world had been turned upside down by the Great Recession. Older millennials entered the job market just as corporate America was coming off its hinges in the worst downturn since the Great Depression. 2008, 2009 made entry-level jobs scarce. It also pushed older workers to put off retirement, coming up the corporate path for younger workers. The result was a millennial wealth gap that was larger relative to other generations. By 2016, families headed by 1980s born millennials were about 34% below, quote, wealth expectations, end quote, the level economists would have predicted them to reach based on where earlier generations were at the same age, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. You understand what's being said? Every generation in this system, going to work, get a job, get a degree, then get a job. Well, go to work, get a job. Well, get a job, go to work. Go to school. Get back from school, go to work. Go to school, get a degree, get that, get another job, go to work. So that system, and I'm being facetious, but that system, this generation made 34% less than the previous generation. That's how I interpreted that. And it's possible that I have a mental issue. There's something going on with my brain yard, but I don't think so. I think, what I'm saying, blah, blah. The Fed later updated its research data through 2019, finding millennials were just 11% below wealth expectations. Oh, you're looking? Hold on, let's fix that. They're looking. So you can look into this, right? This is CNN with What broke the American dream for millennials. Moving forward, Harvard Cancer Institute moves to retract 6 studies, correct 31 others amid manipulation claims. Yo, check this out. Listen, hold on. Harvard Cancer Institute. They're retracting. So you put out studies and a lot of stuff is happening based off these studies, player. I think this is a big deal. I think this should be looked at. Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, it's a prestigious Harvard teaching school, is moving to retract 6 studies and correct 31 others following allegations of data manipulation. Oh, it's an allegation. If it's a simple allegation, why are they retracting 6 studies and correcting 31 others? The steps by the Harvard Medical School affiliate come after a molecular biologist published a blog post earlier this month alleging researchers falsified data by manipulating images. More than 50 papers are part of the ongoing review by Dana-Farber into 4 researchers, all of whom have faculty appointments at Harvard Medical School. 4 of the papers under review were authored by Dana-Farber CEO Lori Glimcher. Quote, we are committed to the blah, blah, blah accountability. 6 manuscripts have retractions underway. 31 have been, quote, identified as warranting corrections, end quote. And another one, with a reported error, quote, remains under examination, end quote. This is according to Rollins. The retractions and corrections add to the pressure on Harvard following weeks of scrutiny over the blah, 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 blah. Check this out. I'm not trying to, listen. Ooh, pay attention. Pay attention to what's happened. Speaking of pay attention, Reuters, Bitcoin falls to $40,000, lowest level since the Bitcoin ETF launch. And pay attention to that, ETF. So now that they're trading paper contracts, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I don't understand what a ETF is. Maybe I don't understand what an exchange traded fund is. And I have no idea what I'm talking about. But paper contracts, similar paper contracts that, gold, GLD, SLV, all these different, these true, real, tangible things. Well, not Bitcoin, my bad. But I'm talking about gold and silver, platinum, palladium. These true, tangible things, in my opinion, are the value is reduced due to, paper. I'm gonna just say it like that. Paper is reduced. Paper reduced value, and then the whole paper thing, blah blah. So listen, I know and I'm not even tripping on Bitcoin and stuff. I look at it as like an investment. Sometimes a store of wealth, but not really, because you need electricity, you need the internet, you need a lot of things, power, you need a battery, you need a bunch of stuff. So I'm not really tripping on crypto. What I'm tripping on is this ETF, in my opinion, is now going to paper lower value, lower I don't want to say the word influence. How about that? Paper influence value. I hope you get what I'm saying. The Verge, a SIM swapping attack was behind the SEC's fake Bitcoin post. So there's fake Bitcoin posts. I don't know what if you're up on this. There's a fake post announcing the approval of the Bitcoin ETF. I don't know why it's fake, because we just saw that they have one. They launched it, but I guess there was some sort of hack, right? Unauthorized party obtained control of SEC cell phone number associated with the account in an apparent SIM swap attack. Now, listen, do I believe this? Absolutely not. I don't believe it. I don't believe someone hacked the SEC's Twitter and then told the truth and didn't, say some BS or, fight the power, some activists, or, try to bring it down, or, get money, something, you know what I mean? I don't think someone's going to go through all this trouble to hack something and then just tell the truth, like, hey, well, So bottom line, I think, the hacking, the Hackerville, SIM swap, all this stuff you need to pay attention to, because I believe, there's something behind it. And what do I know? I don't know anything, but I do know that, the foundation, we are on issue volume 2 of the cybersecurity, dance that we're doing with the Foundation magazine. You can check the link in the description if you want to get down. How do I say this? I have been and will continue to be in technology. I've been in technology for a long time. I love it. I think it's cool. Plus, on top of that, I build, certain things on top of it. And yeah, but what I'm saying is understanding what's going on with the digital landscape, the Internet of Things, and understanding how to protect yourself is important. So, we get into that in the Foundation magazine. Check us out. Link in the description. You can sign up, button down here, blah, blah, blah. Digital edition, print edition. And there you go. Then you got, we're doing our private dance. You can get your own personal invitation to the private side of welcome to the foundation.com. We're calling it the private side, but you get your own login, your own account. There's a lot of things you can do back there, a lot of free stuff. I think it's really cool. If you're interested, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. And, we'll send you an invite, an invitation. We still got the silver trustee training going on. It's the most affordable trustee training we have ever offered. And, I guess that we haven't said that it's not forever. It's just, a thing that we're trying. And we'll see how it works out. But, this isn't something that we'll offer forever. We're trying to gauge, whether or not people are interested. So if you are interested, I suggest that you sign up. If you're not, cool. If you're on the fence, I just want to let y'all know that, it might not. And if it is still available, then that's some luxurianism. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all checking out current events. I'm your host, Sot L, as Seeker of Truth L, Speaker of Truth L. It has been an absolute pleasure. Please check out welcome to thefoundation.com. Sign up for the email list, minimum, or, you can check us out. Check out what we got going on. Passport No Social, Trust Series. We do Trust Dance, Trust Estate is the main thing. These other structures that exist that are recognized to do business. You can open bank accounts, title vehicles, property, all of that stuff. And it's not a state structure. It doesn't have a state seal on it. Think about that. So at least sign up for the email list. You have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. Make sure you say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night. And I'll catch y'all in the next current events. Peace.